Hey guys, good morning. Today I'm going to be doing an ink review video of Atramentis Tungsten Purple. This is a purple ink, obviously, from Venice Pens. I have never heard of or heard mention of this ink on the internet before. I have seen it on the Venice Pens website, and I don't even think there's a swatch image on it, so I didn't really know what I was ordering or what kind of shade of purple this would be, but it was only like $1 or $2, so I just went ahead and ordered it, and I'm glad I did because I am really loving it. I have already ordered 2 bottles of it. I love it that much. I'm planning on using only it for probably the next month. As I mentioned in a previous video, I am moving soon to a new house, hopefully within 3 weeks, so maybe even less than a month. And I'm trying to already start packing and decluttering a lot of my crap. And that includes pen and ink stuff. So I'm in the process of cleaning out all of my fountain pens, putting them away, my inks, and I'm just going to have 2 pens inked up for the next few weeks, which are going to be included in this review, and they're inked up with tungsten purple. I love this ink so much. I'm okay with using only it. I really want to get to know this ink. I am used to switching inks constantly, and I want to be able to settle down a little bit with an ink and just really get to know it, So I'm going to do that with this ink, and it is such a beautiful ink, and I'm really excited to do this video and just so you guys can see what it looks like, because again, I haven't seen it mentioned ever. When I Google search, there's nothing on it at all. It's just listed on Venice Pens for sale. So this video review might help someone who has also seen tungsten purple on their website. So I'm actually going to be writing on 3 different papers: Tomoe, Leuchtturm, and Rhodia. And I do have 3 pens that are currently inked up with this, which are these: my Pelikan, my Platinum, and my Delta Unica. So this is the M605, the Platinum 3776 Shein, and yeah, the Delta Unica, I just said that. So these 2 pens are the ones that I'm going to keep inked up with tungsten purple. After this video review, I'm going to clean this one out. And I have switched. This has the broad nib back on it. It doesn't have the coarse nib anymore. I'm going to send the other pen away to get serviced. You guys probably saw that in my previous video, or whenever that was when I compared this. But the Pelikan has a 14 karat gold medium nib. This has a Western medium nib, steel. And this is the broad nib, quotation marks there, which it writes very similarly to probably like a Western fine or a very dry Western medium. So do with that info what you will. And I also am going to do a water test, or actually I've already done the water test, but you'll just see the results of that water test. So to start out, we're going to be using the Tomoe river paper, and I'm going to be doing some swatches. And let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. You guys, this ink is just beyond gorgeous. It's so beautiful. And that is fairly accurate. So I did check to make sure the ink actually looked correct on camera before I did the video, and it does look pretty accurate. Of course, I've got light flooding down, so it may look a little darker on camera, but as far as the color goes, that looks pretty accurate. It is a very wet ink, and I haven't noticed any sheening which is very good because I hate sheening. And this is a good comparison too, between a Pelikan nib and a Western, well, they're both Western, between like a Pelikan gold nib and just like a regular Western steel nib, which again, I did tune the Pelikan a little bit, so maybe it's not quite as wide compared to this whenever you get it, but it is a little bit thicker than your just average, you know, Yovo nib. I forgot Century, but that's okay. And as you can see, the platinum is quite a bit thinner than both of these. And the ink goes on a very plummy purple, and then it dries to a dusky purple. It is just so, so beautiful. There is a little bit of shading, but again, no sheen. And if you have a very wet nib, it is going to go down darker and dry darker. If you have a dry nib, as with many inks, I'd assume, you're going to not have as much, or it's not going to be as dark on the page. So my platinum writes a little drier than the other two, and you can see it does look a little lighter than the others. Very noticeable on the page. I don't know if you can tell on the camera a little bit, but yeah. So this is Tomoe with Tungsten Purple. Oh, it's just so beautiful. All right, up next is Leuchtturm. So this paper is a little more absorbent than the Tomoe, so the ink is going to dry a little faster, but this is still a super wet ink, plus in a super wet Pelikan nib, so it's still a little wet. I'm not really seeing any feathering. This ink is, this ink is delicious. Whew. Purple inks they just do something to me. I can't describe it. There is nothing like a good purple ink. All right, and last we have Rhodia. This is already dry. I don't see any wetness left on here. I do not like the way that looks on Rhodia. I just don't like Rhodia paper. Everybody knows that at this point. I say it every time I have Rhodia on my channel. Just do not like it. So even though the Rhodia evidently is super absorbent, I don't see any feathering here either. Definitely the color looks better on Tomoe or even Leuchtturm. I don't think Rhodia just brings out the color very well of most inks. But anyway, let's get into the results of the water test, which I did on Tomoe. So I personally don't really care about water resistance. I used to, but I don't anymore. I have never really spilled anything on my journal. I did once, but I was able to wipe it away pretty quickly and there wasn't much damage, so I don't really worry about this, but I know some people do like to see this, so I thought I would go ahead and do it. So I left these drops on for quite a while before soaking them up with a paper towel, and there is still some ink left. It's very faded, and then this is where I dipped my finger in water and just like smeared really fast. I feel like if the page were like submerged in water, the ink might fade almost totally, but I mean that's probably not going to be a common occurrence. So if you just accidentally like spill a glass of water on your journal or whatever you're writing with this ink, if you get to it pretty quickly, you should be able to still read what you have written. So water resistance is okay. It's not like permanent or anything, I don't think, but it's not going to just totally disappear if you spill water on it. So water resistance is all right. I wouldn't be worried about using this if you're concerned about that. So that's all I have for this ink. Let me know, because this was my first like ink review. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to see with ink reviews. I would like to do more, especially Lamy Obsidian. Someone asked about that one. I did want to do a video on that eventually because I really like that ink as well. So let me know if there's anything else you would like to see when it comes to ink reviews, anything I missed. Just let me know. I want these to be as helpful as possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. See you next time. Bye.